What's up, everybody? How you doing? Happy Sunday, Sci-Fi Sunday. Let's go. I had a request from last time that hopefully, yeah, it shouldn't be too loud. It shouldn't be too low this time, or too loud. I hope. Um, hey, Lions, Vasit, Dylan, welcome. We're just gonna hang out for the next probably 2 hours, 3 hours. Well, we'll see. Do some drawing, all that good stuff. I'll be using an iPad Pro today. Adobe Fresco again. Not because Fresco is better, but because music should be there. Is it just super low? Is it? Maybe that's a little better. What was I gonna say? Oh, yeah. I'm using I'm using Adobe Fresco not because it's better per se, but I'm just trying to practice my painting and I'm trying to figure out like a style that I can use to be a little bit looser. So I'm gonna finish up a robot that I started. There was a request. I'm just gonna get it done. Where is it? Notes. Thanks for holding it down, Lions. You're awesome, as always. I know a lot of people follow me. There was a little bit of, I won't even call it drama. I'll just say unfortunate sentiment expressed online on Instagram this weekend, so kind of been dealing with that a little bit. Let's see. Did I miss this? Oh wait, Charlotte is a witch with two forms, serpent and a doll. Okay. Well, match. All right. Anyhow, there's a little bit of drama. Not drama. Keep saying drama. Unfortunate sentiment. Women don't work hard enough. They're not as good designers. They're not driven. I was like, whoa. That is unfortunate. Hey, Chris, mystery. So, if I have any advice for you guys, it's whenever, let's see, whenever you hear something that is objectionable to you, it's okay to express your opinion, your thoughts. You know, totally fine. I would say, okay, so she has two forms, a serpent and a doll. Whenever you hear something objectionable, speak up. Speak up, speak out. You know? Better to say something than say nothing. So that's what I'll say here. Maybe I'll give you guys a bit more detail next time. Alright. I'm wearing my hat, but it's probably not gonna last very long. Because it's like this room gets kind of warm when I start streaming. I think it's the computer, honestly, being as hot as it is. Plus, I just got done working out, so. Anyhow, so I'm going to draw this Charlotte doll thing. If I can remember. It was user screams in pain wanted it. Or maybe I'll wait till they show up. Because they're not here yet, I don't think. But if you are here, let me know. Thanks, shout out, love, appreciation to the Patrons, channel members. If you don't know what that is, that's a way for you to contribute to what I'm doing here. There's all sorts of goodies. Behind the scenes, stickers, free guides. Yes, a sci-fi helmet. Okay, sci-fi helmet. I gotta write this down because my brain is like a sieve. Do you guys know what a sieve is? Like a strainer. Sometimes things go in and they just like completely slip out, so. Alright, let's see. So I got Charlotte, robot, helmet. I don't know if you're gonna stick around, Chris, but I'll definitely chapter out. Yeah, see, my head's already too hot. I'll chapter out the episode and stream so you guys can see it, and I've been doing that. Hopefully you've noticed if you've gone back and watched a few of the more recent streams. I've tried to put time codes in, so if you want to skip to that car sketch you want to see, or character or whatever, you can easily jump there. All right, I'm not simulcasting on Instagram today. Actually decided to give a little bit of air and breathing room to other things in the design world, so I'm keeping an eye on it though. Keeping an eye on it. But yeah. Alright, so there's some lines. And Lions is here as well. Lines and lines, lines and lines and lines. Any good books for ID, not skill-based, how to draw, but form development, aesthetics? Let's see. I just got a new book. I haven't had time to dig into it. It's called The Nature of Form, but it talks about, as far as I understand, using form from nature. I can't think if there's a book specifically on form development. That's a great question, and maybe an opportunity to create a form guide. I'm really liking this process of creating guides, because much of my career and my experience sharing content has been limited to videos or blog posts, and there's a lot of stuff all over, but I haven't really taken the time to organize my thoughts. So yeah, if that makes sense. Maybe I'll give you guys a little preview of the guide here. Let's see if I can set this up in my OBS. What's up, Latrice? Let's see if I can set this up. I'm gonna call this screen share, and we're going to share display capture. Sorry, this is all inside baseball stuff, I guess you could say. All right, so this should work, and I'm going to let's see. I'm gonna copy myself here. Okay, that worked. Cool. All right. Wait, what's happening here? Hold on. Hold, please. All right, we gotta make sure we get the full screen in. Minus the bottom. Well, let's just keep it. Just a second. This will be worth it. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting. Ink guide, and that will be coming soon to you. All right. No sound? All right, we're gonna have to do that again. So what happened is I made a scene. So I'm using this program. It uses scenes, and I forgot to add the existing like audio. So I'll do that again one more time. one more time. Now you can see the chat and what I'm looking at there. So this, I was saying, this is the marker guide right here. Okay. I don't want to have to go back and edit out that audio or that video spot, but this is available. Talks about marker types and what to buy, what to do, all that stuff. You should be able to hear me okay now. Apologies there. I forgot to copy the audio settings. So these are available to patrons and channel members for free, but if you want, they're also available on my website. Information about how to buy markers, how to pick colors, what to do, how to blend, how to shade a cube, things like that. And then there's this car sketch demo in here as well. All right, so this one's about 30 pages. And then I have this pen and ink guide that I'm working on. So what I was talking about earlier, here's some of the topics to be included. So far it's at about 50 pages. A lot of that is visuals, but rightly so, because that's what I do, visuals. But in any case, it's going to be pretty loaded with stuff. All right. Talk about different types of pens, the effects you get with different types of pens, and so forth. Chemical makeup of inks. Do they bleed? Which reminds me of, I don't know if you've seen Batman versus Superman. There's that line, "Tell me, do you bleed?" I should include a reference there, but anyhow. So yeah, different types of pens, different techniques. So it goes beyond what's on the website as far as pens go. There is that stuff I use link that I share quite often. But I'll be talking about different types of lines, and looks like I have a typo there. Might as well fix it. Different types of lines, right? Different types of ink drawings, line weight. We have a section on textures. So there'll be a lot of information there. Some demos. Okay, I'm showing you how to build things up. All right, some other demos as well. So it's gonna be loaded. It'll be good. I'm taking my time because I want it to be good for you guys. So that's what's up. All right. Okay, I'm glad you can hear fine. So that's in the works. It'll be available soon. Apologies to everyone for the audio problems. Yeah, apologies there. Why is... Oh, interesting. Okay, I'm gonna... Let's see. All right. I'll mess with that later. We'll mess with it later. Anyhow, I hope you guys are excited for that. I'm excited. Again, this is just part of my process in putting together everything I know. I'm working toward a full book. So this is a taste of what that'll be, but the book's going to go beyond that as well. So I'm going to put together basically everything I know. And yeah, it's going to be a lot of work, and I know I've talked about it a lot here, but it's a commitment that I have. So like I said, patrons, channel members, that's on YouTube or patreon.com/sketchaday, you'll get copies of that for free. All right, let's keep drawing. Get some ellipses here. I don't see Screams in Pain, so I don't know if I'm going to start with that Charlotte character or not. I mean, maybe. I didn't even practice for it, so I'll definitely have to look at a picture and go through the process of how I might draw this character. All right, so warming up a little bit here. So yeah, like I said at the beginning of the stream, if, you know, life is a lot more than just being able to draw a pretty picture or pump out a cool design or, you know, your sports game or whatever. We gotta embrace our humanity. And if you see a situation where there's a perceived injustice on your part, then I think it's important to be willing to act ethically and, you know, just step up, speak up when you can. Use our position when there's an opportunity. I don't mean like getting political in terms of, you know, screw you, go away. I'm happy to have discussions with anyone, really. Vasit says, can you make a guide on composition and lines if possible? I can talk a little bit about it today, but yeah, that's also a great idea. I was going to do a perspective guide as well. So there will be perspective digital career, which I've mentioned the lines before and the patrons. What else? Maybe pencil. I don't know if pencil might be just, yeah, maybe pencil. Maybe I'll do a pencil guide. Yeah. Sorry, I was just kind of thinking here. What else could I do? Maybe some CAD, some form development could be another guide as well. That kind of goes into. Oh hey, Screams and Pain is here. I was waiting to see if you're gonna show up because you had a request and I told you that if you showed up on Sunday I would do it, so I'm gonna do it. All right, I'm gonna pull up my reference. Since I now have the magical power to show you what's on my screen, let's go for it. Let's do it. All right. So this is the character, right? Puella Magi Madoka Magica, something like that. Looks like there's a serpent involved, right? Is that what's around her neck? I think I'll do one of the forms or something. I'll probably reference like this or something, but again, when I reference, what I try to do is actually I try to, sorry, I had a lapse in thought here. When I reference something, I try to understand it first and then I'll like draw the thing. You're welcome, Peaky. Yeah, I think it's just important to not be terrible. I mean, it's pretty simple, but don't be terrible. All right, let's do some gesture drawings of the form of this character. Again, just to try and understand Puella Magi Madoka Magica. You know, I never thought I would be sketching characters on the live, but it's all good. It's all good. Or maybe it's more shaped like this. Trying to understand the character's shape here. And then, does the character have eyes? I can't really tell. Or not eyes, sorry, arms. Might actually not be too hard, because then I can just do, because the legs don't seem to be showing. And then the snake creature, does it just live on around the head? Is that kind of what happens? What's happening with that? You know, like if I were to take that and blow it up, is that how it would be? So once you get the general form, kind of like we did before, you can kind of come in and just start to, I think anyways, start to sketch other positions. Oops. This is Adobe Fresco, by the way. I'm on an iPad Pro. I'm not presenting on YouTube today, or sorry, Instagram today. Like I said at the beginning, just to create some space for more important design conversations. So yeah, if this character were bending now, you know, if you think about the form and shape, I just basically have this circle, and then I have this shape, and maybe it does have some simple cross section there. So that's kind of how I think about things, just to help me when I'm sketching something. All right, it's a form of her, the one with the clown-like face. Oh, you changed your mind? What do you want to see? Ananas dragon cookie or sir? I think I'll just do what I initially planned. But all right, let's see what this looks like. Ananas dragon cookie. Dragon cookie. Okay. I don't quite understand what's happening with that character, so I'm gonna stick with this one. But you want to see the serpent form? Serpent Charlotte. What if it was like, oops, sorry guys. I hit my sleep button, but what if the could the serpent like be a part of the scene or something? You know, like what if the serpent was here or something? It's kind of an interesting character if you look at it. I'll share my screen again and show you guys, but it's I think it's this one, right there, something like that. It's really interesting. Yeah, that's a good representation. There they are together. So what if we do something together? What's up, Roshan? Oops. You're still seeing everything. You're seeing all my super secret stuff. Okay. All right, I think that's what I'll do. Just for the sake of time. I don't want to spend too much time on it. Okay. So, like I was saying though, does this character even have hands? I can't tell. No hands, but it looks like some sort of. We're doing like a manga anime character sketch, Roshan. So, thanks for hanging out. I thought you would be in Instagram land. With the drama. The Grinch in sci-fi style. Okay. Yeah, I saw your post today, Lori, of that other artist. Okay, I'm gonna write that one down. So we have Charlotte. Maybe I won't finish my robot because I much prefer taking your requests. Grinch. Sci-fi style. Her arms are covered by long sleeve and her legs are there. They're just pink and stubby. Kind of like some people, right? Dylan says, "Ah, is here." Screams in pain. All right. So Lions was saying you couldn't hear the music at all? Maybe that's why. Oh, okay. Is it too loud now? Should be okay right about here. Yeah, I think I figured out the problem. It wasn't turned up all the way. But it should be okay. Hopefully not too loud. All right, let's keep going. Let's go. All right, so I think I'm going to do some sort of pose. And you say there's long sleeves. But I just want to make sure. There's like these brown things coming off of her. I don't know what those are. Oh, I see. Okay. Now I see. Now I get it. Alright, so probably do something like that. Eyes, little cheek things, mouth, around the head. But then, as I was saying, what if we had Serpent Charlotte like right here? Alright, so just kind of laying it out. This may take the cake for the weirdest drawing I've done on the show. I will say that. This may take the cake because Soft and Wet was an interesting one. But yeah, this one's kind of interesting too. So I will say, even though I'm a product designer, I do appreciate and love drawing, period. So suggestions are always welcome. Looks like there's some spots. We got some cheek thing going on, like a clown. Some teeth. This looks, yeah, this very well may be the weirdest thing I've ever drawn here. Right, so scale that down. I'm gonna turn this layer off, drop my opacity now, and then let's jump to some sort of ink brush. Should we do a gritty ink? I don't know. Let's see. What inks do we have? Brush pen. Brush pen seems cool. So I'll just be a little bit more careful. All right, just a little bit more careful here. And this is in my style, not the style of the artist. So I'm just kind of interpreting what's here. So for the sake of speed, I may do even some watercolor stuff. We'll see. Folds are always like tricky because I got to think about what's actually happening. So apologies there. And do one sleeve like so, and then maybe the other like so. Which side is this on? This is on the left side. This isn't entirely accurate, but all right, so there we go. So doing a pencil sketch can kind of help. Yeah, I definitely. Oh, like fashion design? Yeah, I guess so. In the intro, there wasn't any music. That's interesting. Which is weird because yeah, I'll have to take a look. I might need to just reboot the app or something, or my computer. But all good feedback. She ate her caretaker's head, so it kind of makes sense for it to be weird. I suppose I did see a cosplay where the serpent was like on top of someone's head. It was kind of cool. Yeah, I'll figure it out eventually, lines, the style. But I definitely get the sense that the character request thing might not it'll be here for a bit, so yeah, I might as well work on it. It's again one of those things I've shied away from, not because how does this go? Yeah, I've shied away from it partly because that's my own like self-doubt coming in. It's not that I can't do it, it's just that I haven't done it, if that makes sense. So the more you do something, the better you get at it, obviously. Also, shout out to our very own Lori. Did a little event thing, if you can allow me to embarrass you for a bit. I shouldn't say a little event thing. It was it looked like a big deal. You were doing some live drawing at a local mall, which I think is pretty cool. So, shout out to you. All right, let's see. I'm trying to do... Okay, there we go. A bit of something like that. And then... I guess it is kind of in my style in the sense that I'm using a different tool, but I don't know. Would an industrial design style sketch work for character stuff? I don't know. Now you've got me thinking, Lines. Now you've got me thinking. Style is a funny thing because you essentially you learn from looking at other people, and eventually you like come up with your own things that you can put in your drawing, whether it's how you color, or it could be as simple as how you do some sort of stroke or whatever. But yeah, now you've got me thinking about like, okay, how would my style apply to other things? Because even when I do architecture style drawings, yeah, Lori is awesome. Maybe I'll post a link if your story's still up. Did you ever post it to your feed? You should share more. Like, it was really freaking cool. Like, really cool. I think live drawing like that, which this is gonna sound weird, but live drawing in a context like that would feel why does Charlotte look depressed? I don't know. But guess what? I can give you the file, and if you wanna play with it after, you're more than welcome to. Maybe she's depressed because she just ate her master, like you said. I don't know. I just like the look. This is not commission a day. If you want to commission me, that's fine. I do have to finish a commission today of The Mandalorian. I'm going to be working on that, so that'll be fun. I've got it's going to be 16 by 20 inches. And it's going to be a combination of digital and physical media. I'll definitely share that behind the scenes with you patrons, or maybe I'll just stream it to you guys while I work on it if you want to. We'll see. That could be kind of fun. A little fun addition. Whenever I get a commission or some sort of design work, I can share it with the channel members. But yeah, if you hit me up, screams in pain after this, I will, because you've been so patient and waited so long. I will gladly give you the file. Okay, I shared that link. That's our very own Lori Burt doing her thing. Also, by way of information, since I get a lot of questions, there is... Yeah, I could do some behind the scenes. Just like, whether it's just a short recording or something, or talk about a project. I'll be happy to do that for you guys, for sure. Do I take drawing recommendations? I do. I have like 3 already. Depending on how long this one takes, I'm probably gonna do watercolor because it's a lot faster for me, or watercolor or solid colors. It's a lot faster for me in that way. So such an interesting character, I will say. Like, this is probably probably the most interesting thing I have been asked to draw. I do take requests. I just don't do guns, and I won't do religious stuff because I don't want to offend anyone, or really, frankly, anything that I personally consider to be inappropriate. So, like, I wouldn't even take money to draw a gun. That's how opposed I am to it. Because I don't want to be associated with that personally. I'm not saying like you're a terrible person if you believe otherwise, but that's just me. Let's see. What am I forgetting here? Oh, it looks like these are part of... Oh, okay. So I need to change some lines here. So I think what I'll do... Yeah, let's just do something like this. And transition. Because these aren't actually... It appears that they are part of the surface. All right, let's do a quick check. Sketch check. All right, so there you go. Little bit of a different sketch today. Now I'm just gonna hit it with watercolor because that'll be the fastest way for me to get this done, I think. And you'll see what I mean. Fresco has this amazing brush engine. All right. Another question I get, and that I hope to answer with the digital guide that I'll do, is people always ask, what app should I use? What tablet should I buy? It really, I shouldn't say it really doesn't matter, but it doesn't matter as much as you think. Okay. So the more important thing really is how you draw, not what you draw with. How did I find my sketching style? Great question. As far as sketching style goes, I think it comes down to, kind of like I mentioned a little bit earlier. All right, you know what? I'm gonna make this easy for myself. Instead of just... Let's see. Yeah, because I need to reference some color here. Vader is the name of my desktop, by the way. All right, so there's the character. Anyhow, what I was saying is, instead of me trying to like reference colors and all that stuff, I'm just gonna do it this way. So let's just do a quick watercolor wash. Should be, like I said, easier. And this is the live brushes in Adobe Fresco. Work really well. They work like watercolor. So if you've ever used watercolor, there's options like being able to dry color on the layer. All right, I like to work light until you get it right. So even this coat, and some things we'll do on a different layer. So now I'm gonna pick this deeper red and watch what happens. So I'm gonna zoom in. See how that color like just blends? All right, now the color is not coming through as strong as it could because technically the layer here is wet. So I'm gonna tap on the layer, hit dry. Now when I come in, I should get a richer color, right? Just like that. Should be able to get a nice richer color there. Same on, oops. Let's go a little bit darker. So maybe this is my style for characters' lines. I'll just do my usual line drawing thing, and then I'll just use like a watercolor wash. It's just so much faster. I don't have to worry about the specifics or anything. And we'll just pick these colors. All right, if you're smart about it and you layer things, it can be pretty easy. All right, so I'm just gonna put this purplish gray down. Let's get a better bit in there. Get a little dark here and there. Tap, dry layer. Now I can come in, get that extra value. Just like so. I could probably use a bigger brush as well. I think it's coming together though. It's a style. I like it. It's a style. It's a style. Do I teach design? Yes, I do teach design. Today is what I call Sci-Fi Sunday. I also like to do different things. So this channel is more about just drawing in general. But from time to time I do talk design. You can always ask me questions on the live about design and I'll be happy to answer them. I'm not gonna show you how to do your homework or that kind of thing, unfortunately, if that's what you want. But if there's a specific problem, like, hey, how do I combine shapes to make a form? I'd be happy to answer that. One of the cool things about the watercolor brush too is it's pressure sensitive, so the more you press, the more pigment's gonna come down onto the page, and the lighter, less, right? I can dry that layer again, go a little darker where I need to. I'm gonna switch my brush actually to the round detail brush. Tends to be a bit more opaque. With the watercolor brushes as well in Fresco, you do have the ability to control, I think I need to go even darker. But you do have the ability to control like how much water is coming out. Okay, what's the flow of pigment? from the brush itself, so it can be pretty handy. And I do quite enjoy the look you get from the brush. Alright, there'll be some effects I add on top of this, so don't worry if you are worried. Screams in pain. Ah! Alright, so I wanted to add these really bright pink spots. I think up next I will do the Sci-Fi Grinch. That was a request from Lori. It's a great idea. So Sci-Fi Grinch, what comes to mind, Lori? I'm curious. Alright, I need some creative direction here. I think I need some creative direction on that one. Like, are you thinking robot? Are you thinking like a Grinch in the future? If so, what kind of future? Is it a cyberpunk Grinch? Is it a steampunk Grinch? Just curious. I guess I do kind of have this whole style discussion is like kind of throwing me for a loop. I guess I do have a certain approach or style that I like. Looks like Fresco got a little choppy here. Got a little choppy Fresco. So I'm gonna start it up again. Sometimes you gotta do that, unfortunately. But they're working out the kinks. It's all good. Alright, hold on, just a second. Alright, there we go. So Fresco also, it saves everything you do to the cloud, so you don't have to like watch for backups all the time. Some sort of device that can steal Christmas. Okay. Robotic arm, robot dog, maybe a techie bell. Okay, cool. We'll do some sort of Grinch concept. I wish draw Cyberpunk or any sort of hybrid human. I could do that, maybe. Sorry, I was responding to a little text message drama. All right, let's keep going. So I'm just gonna take the same purple. I'm not sure. I think it is the same purple. So on a new layer, I actually like the look of this. Interestingly enough, I wasn't sure how this would turn out, but you know what? Sometimes you just jump into things. It's a lot like life, and you just kind of see what happens. So yeah, depending on how hard you push on the brush, that's how much pigment's gonna go down. And that's not quite black, by the way. It's like a purple. Now, unlike real watercolor, I can actually erase here which, as it turns out, is pretty handy. Right, I'm gonna be painting on top of this, but I don't want to have to compete with transparency and the black, so I just figure I'd clean up a little bit. Let's see, colors. All right, so the face is white, so I'm just gonna take the same color of Charlotte's face here, and let's use the HSB sliders. We're pretty bright, we're pretty light, and new layer. Go ahead and fill this in. I'm actually not sure I need this line, so I may modify that a little. Now to get some tone, some shade, I'll just add some watercolor of a different tone there. Let's see, I need some good reference. All right, so one of these earwing things, I don't know what it's called, but one of them is red, reddish orange, perhaps. The other's more blue. One of my kids got a cold, at least I hope it's a cold. I'm like, please don't be the Rona. I don't need that right now. I do not. Anyhow, keeping an eye on them. Keeping an eye on them. All right, looks like some sort of rainbow eye situation here. I might use a different color for that. Man, this is a lot of layers. Kind of fun though. Kind of fun. Like I said, I like drawing. It doesn't matter too much most times. I need to trim my mustache. It doesn't matter too much most times what I draw with. I just enjoy it. Okay, I'm gonna do some cleanup on this line because I don't think this line's supposed to be here. Kind of a, like I said, weird character situation here. Oh, the design of the character. Gotcha. Yeah, even then it's Sarthak. How long have I been a designer? About, let's see, I started in 2004, so that would be 16 years. It's a long time. It's a long, long time. But I've had a lot of different experiences. I've designed homes, I've designed trade show booths, exhibits. I've done art, like for commissions, clients, of course, product design. I think in this phase of my life, though, I'm definitely trying to lean more into my artistic side. It's hard to say that without being offensive. My artistic side is what I've been trying to lean into. So that's why you guys may notice, oh, Spencer's painting a lot, or he's doing this or that. Yes, I mean, I do product design sketching for sure, but I definitely want to also be able to express other things, other thoughts, other ideas, right? The world is, I don't know what these colors should be, so I'm just gonna make up my own colors here. I can't quite tell. So yeah, at the end of the day, I just want to be able to say, man, I tried a lot of stuff. You know? So I guess that's my goal. Is to be reasonably good at many things. Reasonably good at many things. Sounds like a terrible mantra, but that's what I want. And I'm just gonna fudge the rest of this because I'm feeling lazy. Now let's add a little bit of Spenciness. A little bit of texture there. I know we have some spots on this entity, this being, whatever it is. The snake, the serpent Charlotte. Like I said, very, very, very unique request here. I want to get to the point where, if we can talk about goals, I want to get to the point where it's like literally, I can draw everything. I believe I can draw anything, but it takes practice, and I'm not quite to the place where I want to show myself drawing everything. But I feel I can draw anything reasonably well. And it's not about being conceited. It's just about understanding, like, techniques. What works. For me, that's what it's about. It's like if you can look at this serpent and go, oh yeah, that's a sphere, and this is like a cylinder that's moving through space. It makes it way easier, right, to kind of think of it in those terms, I think. I suppose that has a bit to do with how I learned to draw, right? As a product designer, that's what I do. Is quite literally you're like combining shapes to make an object. So many of the products around you, in your home, whatever, they're likely made from some sort of basic shape. All right, so let's go ahead and add. I wonder if this is the one I want to use. Let's see. Do I want to use this one? No. I'm trying to figure, I want to add some texture to this, but I want it to be right. And I do like these rake brushes. Let's see. So I might reduce the size. Why is this not working? Let's do rake. Should we do rake grit? Let's do rake grit. So I'm going to pick that, and then let's go a little bit lighter. Now I can kind of... Oops. Let's call the touch modifier, but I can add a little bit of grit to this. Or perhaps light, depending on the scene and what's happening. So yeah, my deal is I just want to be able to draw. If someone comes to me and they're like, hey, I need you to design this, or I need a sketch of this, or whatever, I want to be able to say, yep, let's do it. Not, I don't know if I can. You know, like, I don't want to be in that situation personally. Anyhow, that's just my deal. All right, so there it is. That's my version of Charlotte and her serpent form as well. Elephant on a jet ski. That's a great idea. Or you could draw a gerbil. I'm sure Mecha Art would be appreciative of all that. I will say, apologies, patrons. I am a little bit behind on uploading to the Google Drive. A little bit behind, so. All right, we're gonna do a request from Lori. It was some sort of Grinch that's techie. A techie Grinch. So let's look at the classic illustration of the Grinch just to show you guys what we're talking about here. Yeah. I mean, yeah, let's go back to the Dr. Seuss version. Let's go back to the Dr. Seuss version here. So this is what we're talking about. The Grinch definitely has a certain head shape, if you will, worth considering. It looks a bit like a cylinder trapezoid type situation that morphs. So either like straight and then out, or it's like up as he's smiling. I think, what could we do? Could we do a Christmas tree Grinch? If he's techie, maybe he's using his tech to break into a house or to steal a present, like you said. So he has a dog, correct? Looks like he has a dog of some sort. So maybe it's a robot dog, robot arm, Grinch, and some sort of Christmas tree. That's what I'm gonna work with. I think that's what I'm gonna work with. So let's switch back here. I need to get used to this new screen sharing business, because what's up, Demarian? Where's her nose? I thought she had a nose. I thought I did that in my drawing. Either way, I gotta keep moving, so spent way too long on that one. All right, how are we on time? We're an hour in. Cool. I'm gonna go for another hour and a half. Super Flash Gordon, Buck Rogers, vintage sci-fi with the Grinch. All right, so like I said, Grinch's head seems to be something like this. One's like normal, and then he's got his eyes. Something like this, if I were to kind of work with the shapes here. Kind of what he looks like. And he's got his body or whatever, right? You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. So, as I always say, sometimes it's helpful to kind of just do a rough sketch of whatever it is you're doing, just so you can like cement in your head what the thing looks like. You know, if this is some ledge or something, maybe his Grinch toes are gripping it tightly as he contemplates how to steal Christmas. All right, so there's one view. Let's scale that down. And now, as I seek to rotate said Grinch, I must think, okay, what do these shapes look like in perspective? If I were to draw the Grinch, what might he look like in perspective? Because he's a mean one, Mr. Grinch. We're okay using the Dr. Seuss version, right? Actually, all right. There's his deltoid. I'm just putting that in place. Not saying he's like ripped or something. Easy now, easy. Does he have a booty? Just trying to understand. Again, I'm trying to understand the form, so you can now kind of do whatever you want. For me anyways, it's important to go through this exercise, sketching some. I guess I could have used a green pencil here. Does he have eyebrows? Yeah, he does. He has like a unibrow, apparently. Some sort of unibrow. Alright, doesn't feel entirely balanced, so what I'm going to do here is take his legs, just do a little snippy snip, a snippy snip surgery. And then we can move him back just a little bit. The red and blue pencil is just a way for me to kind of work quickly and layer things. I haven't used the blue pencil yet. I don't think I need to. But I could in terms of making this more of a techie Grinch. Like, what's he doing? All right, so we did our quick study. So we'll scale that down. I'll have it as reference. But really what I want is him to be like, I think grabbing a present with like a robot arm or doing something like that. All right, Dylan, take care. Have I used Procreate? Yes, I have. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that I don't think Procreate's gonna last for a very long time. I just think by force or constraint of resources, right? I don't see them lasting that long. All right, so I'll do the Grinch, and then I don't know if Chris is still here, but there was a request for some sort of sci-fi helmet, so I'll do that, and I think that'll be my last one after this one. I think that's what it's gonna have to be today. I didn't see a pom pom on the snake nose. Oh, you're right. You're right. Okay, I'll tweak that, but if you hit me up on the Discord, Screams in Pain, I'm happy to give you the file again because you were so patient and you waited and you came back 3 days in a row. So much appreciated. All right. I agree, Lori. You got to be brave. Get out of your comfort zone. And it's something I struggle with myself. You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. So again, understanding the shapes now. Right, there's his neck, maybe body. I didn't really study his hands or fingers, but I gotta figure out position. I tend to, you know, the other thing I want to break out of, you guys may notice, sometimes when I draw figures or characters, I tend to stick to this, like, almost plain mentality, and sometimes, like, limbs and stuff can get lost, so I'm gonna actually delete this and let's try again. But what I really want is for the Grinch to be kind of creeping. You know, like, yeah, I want him to be like creeping. So maybe there's a leg up here. And he's like sneakily, so a little bit of a head down pose. But yeah, sneakily creeping toward presents or something is what I want here. And maybe I can use this at least as a base to then make some changes. So just as a gesture. I don't think, let me undo there. Alright, whatever. I was just saying I don't think Fresco has this yet. Which is the, what is it, cut and paste new layer command to save time, so I have to do this the way Procreate used to make me do it. You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. Actually, what I'll do here is just, this leg is a little bit weird, so I'm just gonna move it like so. Maybe a little rotate. There we go. All right, so this is supposed to be a techie Grinch, okay? And he also has a furry companion, right? Barring from our little rabbit sketch, just the butt of our dog. And why did I do this vertical? I don't know why I did this vertical, but there's enough resolution here, it'll be fine. But we could do some sort of Christmas tree thing, right? Just do a quick tree. Ornaments, whatnot. I guess if it's Dr. Seuss, it would be a tree that's like this or something. Like something really exaggerated. Man, speaking of Dr. Seuss, if you guys don't know who that is or are familiar with his work, hopefully you are. I used to read my kids The Places You'll Go. Every time I read that book, I just cry. It's like, oh my gosh. All right, let's do some presents. Just a pile of juicy presents. Let's get them in place. Sing and drive everybody away. What is happening here? I haven't seen the chat update or the stream. Sometimes YouTube acts weird. I may take a little mini break, by the way. I may take a little mini break here. Yeah, I'll just shoot me a message, send me a PM, or just at me. McGilligot's pool. What is that? I have no idea what that is. But what I think I am gonna do is, this is annoying, but let's rotate the canvas, and then I'm gonna take everything on this layer. Now rotate it. I think that's gonna give me a bit more room. It's gonna give me a little bit more room. Yeah, because then I can do the tree there. And then let's see. Select our Grinch. Mr. Doggo. I'm gonna focus on the Grinch. If I don't have time to do the Doggo, I won't. Whatever Doggo's name is. I've never actually seen How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I've never seen that movie. What's up, Jordan? We are, well, I was talking. Oh my gosh. Gotta stretch. Had a crazy workout on, was it Friday? I mean, it wasn't like super crazy, but crazy enough. And just super sore. All right, let's go. Happy Sunday, everybody. So again, you can kind of take your studies, and if you have enough understanding, then you should be able to reasonably, I think, draw something. I'll figure out the fingers later, but I'm trying to just get a little gesture of what he's doing. Maybe this hand should actually be back a bit further. Yeah. And then I used to be really, to continue with the theme that we've been going along with here. Should this be further back like that? He's about to take a step, so yeah, let's exaggerate that. Kind of what we've been talking about, changing styles and doing different things. I used to be really afraid of messing up, but I just don't care anymore. And maybe it's because I don't want this to ever feel like, hey, this is welcome to Spencer's show where he shows you all his perfect stuff. Like, because I'm not perfect, and I know a lot of illustrators, animators, designers, you name it, and we all kind of go through the same like thing where yeah, we're just trying to figure stuff out too. So if it helps you, like if it helps lower the pressure and the temperature, I'm happy to do it. Basically. Kind of looks like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. A little bit. Oh, Dr. Seuss book. Okay, I'll have to check that out. Goodbye, Sarthak. What is your favorite Dr. Seuss book? Jordan. Jordanian. All right. So similar technique here. Since we're doing characters, I'm just gonna do pencil, pen, ink, something like that, and then just a watercolor wash because it's just faster. Should we try a fountain pen? Seems fun. A bit more extreme mohawk happening. Okay, neck is gonna be somewhere here and then back, right? So I probably don't need to show much of the neck. Dr. Seuss did have some wild tech designs for sure. That he did. Thanks for joining, everyone. It's Sketch Day Live. We are, or I am, Spencer, taking requests. Well, I took some requests, and now drawing a techie version of the Grinch somehow. I'm gonna have to make some modifications here, but Trying to just get... Pardon me. Trying to just get a good start on something here. Maybe I won't do doggo. Drop the opacity so we can see what we're doing here. This leg feels a little bit weird. I think I have to push it back. So let's make a selection. I can push this back just a little bit. Yeah, that feels better. So now, oops. So erase a little bit, deselect. I think we're in a decent spot here, guys. I think we're in a decent spot. If I want to make him taller, I could. But I think I'm gonna leave it where it's at. Alright. We'll leave it where it's at. Maybe play with the shape a bit. Shape feels fine. I think. Yeah. We want to tweak a little. Does the Grinch have a tail? I have no idea. What is the Grinch exactly? Certainly has, I think, exaggerated or rather elongated features. And then I'll just do the Christmas tree here as well. Just a quick tree. Playing with some new pens. This is a fountain pen, one of the default brushes in Adobe Fresco. So yeah, if you guys missed the beginning of the stream, I decided not to stream on Instagram. I was trying to create some space for some important conversations in design that are happening now, where there was some thoughts expressed about certain groups, women specifically, being kept out of conversations. And I want to say, like I did earlier, if you have a chance to speak up on something, you speak up on it if it matters to you. Don't just sit idly by and benefit and say, well, it's not like that for me. You know, share your stories, share your feelings, your thoughts, whatnot. So anyhow, I didn't want to simultaneously stream on Instagram today, at least, for that reason. So if you're curious what I'm talking about, check out my Instagram story and latest post, and you will understand what I mean. All right. Oh, goodness. Pardon me. Oh, wow. I got invited to this event tomorrow. I won't say what it is until I know if I can say what it is. But let's just say many people I look up to and kind of fanboy over are going to be there. Many creators, including Robot Pencil. If you've never heard who that is, let me know. All right, I'm going to take a quick pause. All right, I just got to use the restroom, grab some water, and I'll be right back. In the meantime, here you go. Actually, in the meantime, I'll just jump back to what we did earlier. Forgot the name. This was Huela, Magi, Madoka, Magica, Serpent, Charlotte. Okay, I'll be right back. Hey everybody, I'm back. What's up? Octavius. That's right. You don't like what you see when you search my name on Google. What do you see? What do you see when you search my name on Google? Let's see. Spencer Nugent. We see sketchday.com, LinkedIn, daily sketches, advanced design. I'm not sure what you mean, Behance. Or do you mean Sketchaday? See, when you search for Sketchaday, there's an app someone created. Who is Spencer Nugent? All right. Yeah, I don't know what you mean. So maybe you just don't like seeing myself, which is totally fine. I don't need everyone to like me. So it is what it is. Oh, screams in pain. Okay, got you. I was like, okay, I wonder what's showing up because that's unfortunate. All right, let's go back to Mr. Grinch. Okay, we gotta make Mr. Grinch techie. All right, that was the goal here. Yeah, Robot Pencil. I'm gonna be in an event with him tomorrow, and a few others. I won't tell you what it is yet. Maybe I'll tell the patrons, but I don't think I can tell everyone. It said the event invite says. Let's see here. It's the private nature of the session. So I'm like, maybe I shouldn't talk about this with anyone. And I'll just say it involves some rather large companies. That's what I'll say. So anyhow, it should be fun. Should be a good time. All right. Whew. back to our sketch. Is Lori still watching? I can't tell. Hopefully you are. So you requested it. Alright, let's do some ornaments. On this tree. Maybe some lights. Ah, screams and pit. Okay, that makes sense. I was like, okay, let me see what shows up when my name is mentioned. I have no idea. I don't like Google myself very often. But I did just check, and I will say, okay, I'm okay with that. Whatever pops up, I'm okay. I thought it was gonna be some like controversy of some sort, or as we say in Jamaica, controversy. I thought there was going to be some controversy. Controversy. Oh, okay. Lori's still here. Cool. Thanks, Lori. Yeah, it was a random thing that came out of the blue. I was like, okay, I have to accept this invite because this is amazing. And then I found out who's gonna be there, and I was like, oh, whoa, 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 totally gnarly, dude. Thank you so much for hanging out, by the way. It means a lot. I mentioned this, I think it was on Friday's show or another show, that being a creator, like in the art space and streaming, I'm discovering is very difficult. So, I appreciate ya being here. Sure appreciate ya. Are you doing commissions for Christmas, Lori? I know I'd mentioned doing it myself, but I think I'm running out of time to, well, one, to offer, but two, to complete, because I have other commissions that I have to do that just kind of popped up because of some things I've posted. You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. Should I raise him up? You raise me up. Does anyone remember that song? You raise me up. Alright. Let's turn that off. We got Senior Grinch here. So now we'll probably work on a little bit of his fuzzy furs. Alright, he's definitely got a furry profile. So I capture that. Because he's a mean one. Mr. Grinch. And apparently my kids have turned into baby elephants. You probably can't hear that, but apparently they are baby elephants in my house. So I live in a house now, but earlier on in life, I was in this apartment, and I remember, I swear, it was almost like, it wasn't even kids, it was like baby elephants lived above above me or something, because every day it was like boom, 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 just like all day, especially in the summer. Just like, what is going on up there? Just crazy. Crazy. All right, I don't like that. Do 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 do. Boom 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 boom. Like every day, and I work from home, and like it was like just every 30 seconds or something. It was like, what is going on upstairs? It's crazy. Crazy. Thanks, Josh. Tuna, take care. Nice name, Tuna, Toona. All right, I feel like we need to have, since it's a techie Grinch, we're gonna make some changes here, okay? And then I'll do the quick watercolor wash again, because I think it's just a fast way of adding some color and moving through the drawing. But before I get to that point, let's go back to favorites, pencil. I am using Adobe Fresco. If you haven't tried it, it is free. So let's have the Grinch's, well, it's gonna be a robot companion now. So if it's a robot dog, if it's techie, should it be like the, you know, Boston Dynamics style meets Dr. Seuss or something? Because that's what the Grinch does. It steals presents, right? The big dog. How do those look? I need to check the legs again. Big dog, Boston Dynamics. Let's see. Images. Yeah, those are weird. So it's like leg that way, then that way. Right. But I want to do, wait, no, this way. But I would want to do it in a way that feels kind of like his own dog does. So maybe we can, and how would you make it Seussian tech? I don't know. And definitely an more action-oriented pose. So maybe the butt is up in the air, and this leg stabilizing it. As it's about to steal. I feel like Seuss tech would be like some sort of big telescope weird thing coming out, you know, but it doesn't fit what I would consider to be high tech. So it's an interesting juxtaposition here. Lions had a recommendation, maybe doing a bit more. Adobe Fresco is their free drawing app. What if he had some like thing on his face? It's their free drawing app that's like Procreate, better in some ways, not better in other ways. What if his leg was augmented or something in some way? What benefit would that have though? I think if anything, having something like a jetpack or some sort of, you know, infinite volume present stealing backpack would be like awesome. Because then he could, like, you know, put everything in here. Not have to worry about being practical. So we could do something like that. We have the robot. Let's switch to blue for some shadow under here. So yeah, we'd have this like robot dog, but I want it to be reminiscent of his little dog that he has. So does it have ears? Does it have ears? Let's see. The Grinch, you're a mean one. Okay, so I got this line wrong on the Grinch. Looks like his smile is more like, yeah, more like that. Maybe a bit more exaggerated. Could get a little more sinister with the face. We'll see what we do. We'll see. We'll see. All right, so maybe he does have some sort of augmented robot leg thing, and then like, oh, it's barring from the Mandalorian a little bit. Maybe I'm just in that mindset because I got that commission I have to do. But yeah, his like infinite space backpack here. All right, so a little bit more on that Instagram drama. Someone posted a statistic that was frankly shocking, but it was shocking in a sense, or shocking isn't the right word. It's more disappointing because I know it's real that there aren't many female designers, and certainly not in design leadership positions. I'm a designer by trade. So that kicked off this whole discussion online. But one comment in particular just like really irked me. Someone said, if I were to compare raising 10 kids, it wouldn't amount to the amount of work I put into my design career. And I was like, holy crap, what? Like, seriously? So this person was basically saying that the work they put into their design career, right? How is this pen? Let's do a thick to thin. Yeah, that feels good. They were basically saying the work they put into their design career eclipses or is more impactful than the work of a parent. And I was just like, okay, one, you probably don't have kids, but seriously? So anyhow, I made a post. You guys can check it out on my Instagram, and it's partly why I'm trying to create some space, at least in the design community, in the design sense, because that's what I do, or where my background is mostly, and where I play. But check it out. I mean, as I said, this is the third time I'm saying this on the stream because I know people don't stay for the whole thing typically, but I like this thick to thin ink pen. This is really nice. But yeah, if you have a chance to speak up on something, speak up on it, man. Speak up on it. Josh says, very interesting Grinch. Thank you. There's a request to be a techie or have a techie Grinch. So I'm trying to make him a little techie somehow. Maybe he himself, I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna do the robot arm thing or not, but certainly a robot dog I think is appropriate. Anyhow, so if you have a chance, if you have a voice and you disagree with something, it's okay to speak up, man. I think we live in this interesting time where things don't exist in vacuums nearly as much as they did before. And if someone speaks up on something and you like literally have a chance to mention it or be impactful in some way, I would say go for it. You know, go for it. Because yeah, because we can. We really can. Yeah, I think this is the best ink pen of the bunch. I will say that. Anyhow, so there was some big drama. Not drama. I keep using that word, but I don't mean to be flippant. There was an opportunity for many to speak up. Some did not. Some did. But that comment just really got me. So I had to post today, and I said, you know what? I know what it's like being a parent, and to any woman who is being creative in your field and you're managing expectations and dealing with the way the world sees you and the weight of all that. I think you're the ones who are just like absolutely killing it. And I have tremendous respect for you, because if you're a mother and you're watching this, I have tremendous respect, because I know what it takes to be present as a parent and also work and make time for things like this right now. When I do this, especially on the weekend, it's time away from the kids. So I really appreciate you being here, but I think it's important we all speak out. We show up, we speak out, all that good stuff. So mad props to you if you're doing the parent thing, but also creative at the same time. Or even if you're not quote unquote creative, but you're working and you are, living your dream and your passion, it's a big deal. And it's not something I take lightly anyways, or wish to ignore and not talk about. But normally, you guys know I like stream on both Instagram and Facebook, or sorry, not Instagram and Facebook, Instagram and YouTube. But today I was just like, there's a lot of conversations, at least in my profession, happening, and if I stream, it's gonna kind of take people away from that. So I just wanted to, I don't know, maybe that's conceited of me. If I stream, people aren't gonna see that post. There's a post made on a website called Yanko Design. Check it out. Actually, I'll go ahead and share the link here, because I think it's important you guys see. I think it's important you guys see how some people think, what's being said. I think it's important to give you a chance. If you want to participate, you can speak up on this. All right, so let's see. Copy link. I'm going to share that with you. All right, I'm going to share that with you. You guys take a look. And it's specific to design, but I think it really speaks to like many aspects of our lives. No problem, Lori. I mean, I had to. It's like, this is not cool. But I think it speaks to many aspects of our lives, and just how myopic we can be, and perhaps willfully or not ignorant of like real things. And it's really simple. It's simple to just listen. It's really simple. You don't even have to agree. Just be like, hey, tell me about your experience. It doesn't take much. It really doesn't take much. It's not about agreeing. It's like, can you just pause and listen and try and understand from another perspective what someone goes through. So, all right, that's all I'll say on that. But check it out. The link is there. I don't care if you leave the stream to go look at it. That's more important, I think, than watching me draw some Grinch right now. So if you want to go do that, don't worry. I won't be mad. Lion says, we've seen a lot more female students come through our design courses over the last few years, and I hope that will cascade. I think so too, and when I was a student, and I made this point on my posts, that there are times in my life where I've said or thought things now that I'm just like, holy crap, dude. You were so wrong. You were so off. You were so offensive in the way you thought. And I will own that, because I think to move past certain issues in society, whether it doesn't matter where you are, right? Doesn't matter. You have to be able to own. You have to be able to own how you think, how you say things. And I won't get specific, but because I don't believe that way anymore, but yeah, there were times when I may have thought or said certain things that now I'm just like, yo, what? No way would I say or think or espouse those ideas or thoughts, because a lot has changed in my life, and a lot will change in each of our lives. But the one thing that hasn't changed or doesn't have to change is your willingness to listen. If you can develop that skill of listening, it'll take you very far in your life. Tell you what, life's short, but if you can just listen, be a good listener, take you very far. All right, so there's our Grinch. Okay, now let's add just a few techie things here. I'm gonna make a new layer. Let's give him some sort of arm gauntlet bracelet thing, perhaps. I think having some sort of magnifying tech would be interesting because he's certainly interested in presents. Right, and if he had some sort of maybe thing here that helped him get to those presents, Mr. Grinch, a lot faster, that would be helpful. Let's see. Sorry, and type a quick message there. Will I be doing a holiday edition of the stream? I could. Regardless, I'm gonna stream through the holiday. I know, eyeballs aren't necessarily interested in me, whatever. Are you thinking like Santa and elves and all that stuff? I did do a Santa sleigh on Friday. The modernized Santa sleigh actually ended up being kind of crazy. But yeah, I'd be happy to do that. Both show. One thing about this conversation that's been bothering me, I took the easy route. So if you think about in terms of planes, okay, maybe I will leave this black and white just for purposes of moving along here, unless you really want to see the color, Lori. But in terms of planes and organization and position, what I could have done, right? So you have these three planes, right? And you may notice that there's not much distance between these planes. So everything kind of feels a bit flat, if you will, or relatively speaking. So if I were to do this again, one thing I might do is adjust the planes and scale a little bit. I can probably get away with some of that if let's take this layer, and you guys are catching me yawning. I was up pretty late last night. But if I take these layers now and scale them and maybe move them, then it at least creates, okay, let's turn this off. It creates a bit more dynamic in the sense that, okay, now the tree, we're all learning, right? So I'm going to show you the things I notice. So now at least the tree seems to be positioned in a way relative to the action that is less flat. Will I do a Marty McFly? Probably not today, but I'll be live again tomorrow. Let's see, I'm busy at 11 my time, so I could do another early morning stream like 9 a.m. And I'd be happy hell. So 9 a.m. would be, let's see, what time is it now? I started this at 10:20, so it would be 3 hours prior to this current time, 3.5 hours. So now I've changed the relationship, right? Such that there's a bit more dynamic here. You could even take, say, well, let's see if I can do this. You could even take, say, this robot and move it more over. Maybe a little bit of rotation here. And now you've got more dynamic, right? So those are just things I observe in the drawing, and now I'm just like, okay, I get it. Cool. I can do better than this. So I don't think I'm gonna add color because there's some serious things wrong with this that make me want to try it again, but I don't want to necessarily go through that whole thing with you. But I'll just take it as a learning opportunity, and also to say thank you for the challenge, Lori. But I'm gonna move on to the next one, which was a request from Chris Antle, one of our, I would say, longtime fans, former patron, but longtime fan. Okay, let's make this canvas 15 by 11. Okay, so a little bit more 4 by 3. You and your friend are having lyric wars. That's interesting. Does the audio sound okay, by the way? I'm just trying to make sure here. Does the audio sound okay? Something's really weird on the... Oh, okay, gotcha. All right, so I'm gonna do something cyberpunkish, something of a human with augmented features. All right, something of a human with augmented features, and see what happens. All right, I kind of did this. I did this with pen a while back, but I'm gonna try and... Audio sounds great. Okay, I'm gonna try and do this with some paint and whatnot. Thanks for joining, Hell Christensen. What I will say is, because my life is hectic, I kind of have a streaming window of opportunity, and that is somewhat predicated on my children being occupied. Otherwise, whether it's school or with a babysitter, or in the case of today, they're just getting some Netflix time in. So usually I'll stream at like, I'll just start drawing here. Usually I'll stream at 9 Central, or sorry, 9 Pacific. Why did I even say Central? It's so weird. 9 Pacific is usually when I'll stream. And then, should we just do a bust? He did ask for a helmet, not specifically. Not specifically a whole body, but in any case. So I'll usually stream at around 9 a.m. Pacific, but I feel like I need to rotate this a little bit. More importantly, if you have subscription or alerts turned on, then you won't miss when I stream, but it's usually in that kind of time frame. So And yes, this is a male shape I'm drawing here. Male body type. Some sort of cyberpunk. Because that's all the rage right now. I like this really strong horizontal line actually. So let's use that. We'll use this. Maybe a little bit of a return here. We could have some sort of intake like so. Cables that come down, maybe interface into something here. Let's fix that jawline, neck, shadow, so forth. Slight scale move. All right, we're just doing a little bust here. This dude is like stacked though. I always do these like super muscular figures, but actually what would be interesting is if the hand is actually severed somewhat and you've got, this is a hip or something. The hand is severed and then, you know, maybe there's some interface thing here or it's capped off. That'd be interesting. That'd be very interesting. So I think I'll work with this though. Do like a quick painting with some details. So one trick, especially when you're working digitally, is don't be afraid to like scale things or tweak things if you need to. Like if you need to move ahead or whatever. Don't be afraid to do that. Maybe there's some sort of thing which connects to a thing and into a thing, and maybe the hand has... Yes, Lines, you're completely right. I wouldn't even say it's designing for sci-fi so much. I have done some production design for like a sci-fi show. It's like a small sci-fi production. That was a fun experience to be able to do that. Sure. But you're right. Designing for real life, it's more like, okay, how are we actually going to implement whatever it is we're doing in a way that makes sense, that is producible at scale? You know, that's the more important thing when it comes to real product design, certainly. But you're right. You are totally right. Well, the request was for some sort of sci-fi helmet, and now it's turned into sci-fi human. That's what it's kind of turned into. Man, there's only like 20 people watching. That's unfortunate. Rest of y'all are missing out. Take care, Andrea. I haven't played that game, but it also reminds me a bit of did you watch the Voltron series, the new one? Where there was a character, spoiler alert, that like loses an arm. But then part of losing the arm was they like created a virtual arm for the character basically. It wasn't even a robotic arm so much as it was. Yeah, so maybe there's like robotic components between here. Wasn't really a robotic arm so much as it was a holographic, or I guess so it's like if this arm was actually, you know, virtual or something. It's like a hologram. But this is like the projector for said horror hologram, not horogram, horror. Horror. What a horror. All right, let's do some inking now. So I'm gonna jump back to my inkers, and let's do thick to thin. This was a good brush. I liked it. It's very quick, very fast. So fast. Clear layer. Let's see. Yeah, this is a weird drop off. It's like went from like, let's see, 30 something to 19. Who knows what's going on with the YouTube and their algorithms and whatnot. Who knows? Or maybe I'm just terribly boring and this is like not interesting, but in any case, whatevs. All right. Yoshimitsu costumes. Oh, Tekken. Yeah, I remember Tekken. Tekken was a cool game. I used to play Soul Calibur more actually than Tekken. Yeah, so maybe this is some sort of port or something. That is weird. I'm gonna erase that, at least part of it. Not the whole thing. It's a little bit weird right there. Just a little bit. But yeah, I like this. I like the looseness of this inker. It's a good one. So also a part of the pen and ink guide that'll be, maybe it's just time of day too. Because I'm in the United States, so for me, people in the US don't really, I shouldn't say this, but I'm going to say it anyways. It doesn't seem that people care about much beyond gaming. But I find that my audience, at least, tends to be a bit more international. So it makes sense that there'd be a fall off now that I think about it. Because for a lot of people, there's probably... What time would it be right now? What time is it for Lions? For Lions, it is probably, let me guess, 8:30 p.m., something like that. Yeah, 7:30, 8. Coming up on that time. So I get that, and it's Sunday, whatever. But I appreciate you guys. Sure appreciate you being here. Yeah, 7:30. I googled it. Actually, instead of looking off the page, let's have this character looking back at us a bit. This needs to maybe move over a little bit. So yeah, maybe we could do something like that. And since we work so hard on said eye, kind of create a little bit of focus here as we position, or as I position rather. Focus, tension. So on. Sketch Day Live. We're about to wrap up here. I'm just doing some very loose lines on our cyberpunkish helmet sketch. And then I will go, like I did the other day, destroy another bowl of ramen. So good. And becoming a character designer. No, I enjoy drawing, period. I mean, I can teach product design if I want to, but it's kind of fun. I wouldn't say I'm becoming a character designer, but I've always had a fascination and love for sci-fi. That's what Sci-Fi Sunday is all about. It's kind of about exploring that side for me. On Tuesday, we'll probably do Transportation Tuesday, so, right, bringing it back. Monday, I will do whatever I want to do, but more importantly, continuing the theme of the week, I did decide to extend the, so we have weekly challenges here on Sketchaday in the Discord, so I decided to extend that out a bit. The challenge for this week. So the challenge was draw your favorite things, and I mean, robots are some of my favorite things to draw, so, but I just wanted to give a little bit more time, if you will, to all of it. Maybe there's some indication of, you know, this connects. You can take a lot. The cool thing I think about product design sketching too is you can take a lot of what you learn and apply it to so many different disciplines or areas or things. Some of the best concept artists actually started out in industrial design, for example. Doug Chang, Ian McHugh, Scott Robertson, right? Trying to think of the OG, Ralph McQuarrie as well, started out in industrial design. So yeah, I think you can do a lot of cool stuff. If you have started out as an industrial designer, so why not? I say, why not? Exactly, fun is all that matters. Let's turn off the background here. All right, so that's kind of what we have. I'm gonna do a slight rotate on our underlay. Slight rotate here. Boop, just like that. Hello, Tomas. I don't know if you're still here. Hele, thanks for watching. Okay, you're in Denmark. Cool. Yeah, you can follow in the background if you want to bake some bread, make a cake, whatever you're gonna do. Hang out with your loved one. It's all good. What I've been trying to do as well is in the, just try and understand the form here. Okay. So in the video, in the video description, hello. What I'm trying to do is also include chapter markers. So if you want to watch a specific thing, you could be like, oh shoot, I want to see that Cyberpunk dude. That'll be included there, with a specific, like, what's called a time code. So you can just go, cool, that's where it is, I'm gonna watch it, and then you can just watch the whole thing. All right, so trying to make it easier for you guys to watch. I do want to do some pre-recorded product focused video as well, so that will be coming, along with some new additions to my favorite things experiment series, whatever you want to call it. Just product designer type review, thoughts, whatever on products. Planning on doing that, whether it works or not, whatever. It's just more for me about flexing that muscle and looking at things in different terms, for sure. All right, so using that quick watercolor technique again. It's kind of like using gray marker. It's kind of a little bit different. Just because it responds, it moves. It's a dry layer. Now we can come in and maybe add a second bit of value here. Just make this a little bit darker. But yeah, I appreciate you tuning in, Helly. Apologies if I butcher your name. Is it Lines or Liness? Just kidding. Thanks as always to Lions, Jordan for holding it down, supporting, being the best. Patrons and also Mod for the channel. Much appreciated. It means a lot. It means a lot to me. My teacher used some of my videos at Integrated Design Engineer. Interesting. Camera sketches behind you, are they off frame right now? Woo! Do I remember when I streamed those? I don't. I'll have to look it up, Jordan. But I'm happy, like, tomorrow to do another camera sketch, and I could do a step-by-step, like, okay, here's how it goes if you want to do a camera sketch. I'm happy to do that. I mean, I definitely used to do more pre-recorded stuff, but I appreciate the ability to interact with you guys live, so that's why I've kind of leaned into being live a bit more. And frankly, you don't really get a lot of creators doing stuff live, and I think partly because, one, it's hard, and two, it exposes you. Like, you get to see where I mess up, and okay, if I mess up, how do I go about fixing things? I think I do think that's important to see, right? If you are learning to draw, if you can watch someone draw. I don't do like, I know a little bit. I know where pectorals go and the delts and a few others, and I'm forgetting names. So I have a general idea, and this is a bit of cheating. Sticky art, thanks for joining, by the way. A little bit of cheating in the sense that it's kind of robotic, so you can take some liberties, right? Oh, thanks, Jordan. Yeah, remind me tomorrow. I'll be live again, but remind me tomorrow, and I'll totally draw like a camera and go through the process with you, for sure. All right, so just a quick review. We did this cyberpunkish dude today. All right, please work. There we go. So now it's saving. We also did this Grinch sketch. I didn't love it though, because I felt like the composition was a bit too static. So were I to do this again, and maybe I will, Lori, when I do my holiday show, whenever that is, maybe Maybe Thursday could be a holiday show, right? Or the week after. Either way. And then let's see. Oh, YouTube's more of a catch-all. I could try Twitch. I don't know. Maybe if I'm not totally out of steam later, I'll do my first Twitch stream ever. I'll just draw and paint, whatever. I didn't get to do a robot or spaceship today, and I wanted to, but I'm kind of coming up on my time limit where my head's starting to feel weird. And I've been going for 2.5 hours. So anyhow, I did this Grinch thing, wasn't in love with the composition, but then also did this Puella Magi Madoka Magica Serpent Charlotte sketch for Screams in Pain. So that was pretty fun. Quick sketch to do in Procreate as well. All right, guys. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. Jordan, I will take your advice. Maybe I'll do Twitch later today or tomorrow, but somewhere in the next 2 days, I'm going to try it out. I'll post about that in the Discord if you guys want to hang out and try that. I'm not going to do simul streams, so it'll just be a separate stream, just as an experiment to see. It's really not about money for me so much as it is, if people are watching, then it makes it more fun. For sure, the money is a plus, but it's not the reason. And I've said this before, if it were only about the money, nothing I'm doing in this studio and presenting to you guys would make sense. Like, I wouldn't even do it. So there you go. All right. Much love to you. As I always say, passion is the process. Take care. Thanks. Shout out to Lines and Jordan for holding it down, being mods in the chat today. And on the Discord. You guys are freaking fantastic. Thank you. Thanks, Lori, for the suggestion. Screams in Pain, as well as Chris Antle for the suggestion for our last sketch. I appreciate you being here. It's an important part of what I do, knowing that I think people are benefiting from it, so it certainly helps. Appreciate those who've contributed, whether it's time or money or attention. It's all good. Love you all. Have a happy Sunday. I might be back on Twitch later. We'll see. But if not, take care, and I'll see you guys next time, wherever I am, right here on Sketch A Day. Peace out.